Listen, I know this might sound pretty strange, but Bonnie is an F tier brawler and I can do nothing about it, okay? We need to accept this. We Bonnie mains need to accept that Bonnie is an F tier brawler. I'm sorry, I'm very sorry about this. I've tried multiple times to defend Bonnie for being at least a D tier brawler, but right now I can do nothing about it. Bonnie is an F tier brawler and we can do nothing about it. She sucks, okay? She was power crypted by a mouse. And I'm not kidding, by a literal mouse. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk about Bonnie and the reason why she's actually an F tier brawler. So I don't think this is pretty, complicated to understand. Maisie was pretty more complicated to explain why she was in my opinion, a B tier brawler. But with Bonnie, we can do nothing about it. She's F tier. Like, seriously. You should know that when someone does a tier list, telling, for example, Bonnie is an F tier brawler, is usually towards the ranked system. If a brawler is an F tier brawler, you usually don't want to pick that brawler, not even for a counter pick, because that brawler is very bad also as a counter pick. With a 100% of win rate in the World Championship, here we have Bonnie, my own main, and of other 5 people out there. For understanding the reason why Bonnie is actually an F tier brawler, we need to deep dive in her main kit. So let's begin with her main kit. That is, I will begin from the Clyde form because you spawn as a Clyde form, okay? The Clyde form, that is also the cannon form, is, let's say, the better version of her, and yeah, you already understood. If that is a better version of her, what is the worst version of her, right? So Clyde form is the cannon, literal cannon, with 9,000 health at, I will show the exact number on the screen. Whatever, with this number of health and this number of damage output, it has only one, and I repeat, one ammo bar, and the ammo is very slow. This is what makes her a, let's say, already a bad brawler. If you're playing in a competitive game, in ranked, in high elo, you will realize that people will be able to dodge those shots with an ease, because it's pretty easy to dodge them. Whatever, the radius of it is not also the greatest, it's at least better than most, but it's of course not the best one out there. Hitboxes of the shots are very big, so it's actually easy to hit people, but not that easy as Gus, for example. The speed of the Clyde form is comparable to 8-bit speed, and this is of course a real bad thing for Clyde form, and it wants 4 shots, 3 if you've got the epic gear, for recharge a super. The super makes jump off the cannon with a pretty bad radius unless you don't have the star power that we will get into a minute. Once jumped off the cannon, you will deal this amount of damage, but the amount of time that you will spend on air is unbelievably long for a ranked match. When you land, you will totally change your brawler. This is the moment where you actually transform from Clyde to Bonnie. While Clyde is a sniper, Bonnie is more of an assassin. Way faster, with a very short range, and with a very short, less amount of health. Now you're in the Bonnie form, aka weaker form. This form is more of a trade right now. You will most likely defeat an opponent. Right now, actually, not even most likely, you will almost never defeat an opponent right now, but normally you would trade with an enemy. You will begin to recharge your super automatically, and you can't speed up this process. And it wants like 17 seconds if I'm not wrong. I will show the exact amount on the screen. This is one of the bad parts of Bonnie. Right now, due to a glitch in her main kit, you can't speed up this process. What you would most likely want to do is almost every brawler, if not with every brawler, is most likely to use your main shot and then use your super. Right now, I hope this is a common sense. With Bonnie, this is not possible due to a glitch that makes her main shot destroy itself after using the super. This is one of the main reasons why she's an F tier, because she's very, let's say, weak while she's in the Bonnie form, and you can speed up this process to turn into the Clyde form. Let's look at her gadgets and star powers now. Sadly, Bonnie has only one reliable star power and only one reliable gadget. Anyways, the weaker gadget is called Crush Test. This lets Bonnie dash forwards, knocking back enemies, dealing some damage in the process, and let's say that it's not that bad actually. It's very skillful of a gadget, and if you've got the other gadget, of course it's way better, it's way more reliable on a ton of things. But if you've got this gadget, let's say that you shouldn't be that sad actually, because it's not that bad, as some people think. Like, it's very bad, but not that bad, I don't know if I'm able to explain myself. It's, anyways, one of the worst ones in the entire game, right? I can do nothing about it. It's very bad, but not that bad as a ton of people think it is. The other one is Sugar Rush. This lets Bonnie go way faster in the Clyde form, and let's say reload way faster, because one of her main problems is the reload speed that the Clyde form has. This is way better, and it will, let's say, save you in a ton of situations that you normally can't get out with. You will be more saved with this one than Crush Test, but like I said, Crush Test is not that bad as too many people think it is. Anyways, if you've got Sugar Rush, use Sugar Rush. Let's go with the star powers now. The worst one is Wisdom Tooth. I don't know why would you even use Wisdom Tooth, like I see no way of this being in use, and I'm not kidding. Whatever, if you want to use it, like, I mean, it's your problem, it's not mine. It makes your shots split, but the splitted shots do almost no damage, and it will most likely don't hit your enemies anyways. The other one is called Black Powder, and this is fundamental for Bonnie. It makes your radius way longer, okay, with your super, and this is very important for Bonnie, since it helps you run away from the enemies, but also push away enemies that are, let's say, farther from you. For the gear setup, if you're a bad Bonnie, I would of course recommend you epic gear. That is fundamental. You should 100% have it. If you don't have it, why are you even playing Bonnie? I usually use heal gear, but if it's a tough situation for Bonnie, I can also use +1, because that gadget Sugar Rush is fundamental for Bonnie. So, why is Bonnie an F tier brawler? She's very versatile, easy to hit shots with. Why is she even an F tier brawler? Like I said, usually tier lists are based on ranked or competitive with pro player gameplays. If you're trying to push trophies, Bonnie is a C/B tier brawler. But if you're there to play ranked, you've got a ton of better options out there. The reason why she's so bad is most likely because she's a super farm, that supers usually in ranked are fundamental. Also hypercharges, and she of course lets enemies farm a ton of hypercharges. Her trade mechanic that is very bad in knockout if you're playing ranked, because the enemy is going to most likely counter that by staying together or something else, I don't know. But like I said, overall, if you're trying to push trophies, she's a C/B tier brawler. That's all, subscribe and use code Jimbo.